Welcome back, everyone. BBC Quarter today, we are diving into another fascinating coin that millions of people have handled, but very few have ever examined closely. The 1984 Washington Quarter. At first glance, it may seem like just another ordinary 25-cent coin used for everyday purchases. But hidden behind this small piece of metal is an interesting story of American history, mint production, rare mint errors, and the possibility that certain rare examples could be worth an incredible amount of money. Some stories on the internet even claim that a rare version of this coin could be worth as much as $1.6 million. That number sounds unbelievable, but the truth about coin collecting is that tiny details can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's treasure. So today, we will explore the history of the 1984 Washington Quarter, how it was produced, why some examples are valuable, and what you should look for if you ever find one in your pocket change. To understand this coin, we need to go back to the beginning of the Washington Quarter series. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932. It was created to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The designer of the coin was sculptor John Flanagan, whose portrait of Washington became one of the most recognizable images ever placed on American money. On the front of the coin, you can see the left-facing portrait of George Washington. Above his head appears the word Liberty. Below the portrait is the date of the coin, and surrounding the design are the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." The back of the coin features a strong American symbol, a bald eagle with its wings spread wide. In its claws, the eagle holds arrows and olive branches, representing both the power to defend the nation and the desire for peace. For decades, this design remained almost unchanged and became a familiar sight in the pockets of Americans. Now let's talk specifically about the 1984 Washington Quarter. The small letter D located on the front of the coin represents the Denver Mint in Colorado. This mint facility has been producing coins for circulation in the United States for more than a century. In 1984, the Denver Mint produced a massive number of Washington quarters. More than 676 million quarters were struck there that year. Because of this huge production number, the 1984 quarter is considered a very common coin. Most examples that have been used in circulation are only worth their face value of 25 cents. However, coin collectors know that the value of a coin depends on more than just how many were produced. There are three major factors that determine whether a coin might be valuable. The first factor is condition. Coins are graded by professionals using a detailed grading scale that ranges from heavily worn coins to perfect mint condition examples. A coin that has never been used in circulation and still has its original mint luster is called an uncirculated coin. For the 1984 quarter, coins in average uncirculated condition might sell for a few dollars. But extremely high-grade coins can be worth far more. Some examples graded at MS-67 by professional grading services have sold at auction for more than $1,000. The reason is simple. While millions of coins were produced, very few survive in nearly perfect condition after decades of storage and handling. The second factor that can make a coin valuable is rarity in top grades. When coins are produced in large numbers, they are usually stored in heavy bags and transported across the country. During this process, they bump into each other, creating tiny marks and scratches. Because of this, finding a coin from the 1980s that looks almost perfect can be surprisingly difficult. Collectors who want the best examples for their collections are often willing to pay large amounts for coins with exceptional surfaces and sharp details. The third factor that can dramatically increase value is mint errors. Mint errors happen when something unusual occurs during the coin production process. These mistakes can create coins that look very different from normal examples, and collectors love these unusual pieces. Some of the most interesting errors found on 1984 Washington quarters include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and coins struck on the wrong metal blanks. An off-center strike occurs when the coin blank is not properly aligned with the dies during minting. The result is a coin where part of the design is missing and a blank area appears along the edge. These types of coins can sell for $50, $100, or even several $100s depending on how dramatic the error is. Another unusual error is a clipped planchet. This happens when the metal blank is cut incorrectly before the coin is struck. A piece of the coin may appear missing or curved along the edge. Collectors find these mistakes fascinating because they show the hidden side of the minting process. There are also die crack errors where small raised lines appear on the coin because the metal die used to strike the coins has developed cracks. Some collectors actively search for these varieties. Now this brings us to the big question. Could a 1984 D Washington quarter really be worth $1.6 million? At the moment, there are no confirmed auction records showing a 1984 D quarter selling anywhere close to that amount. Most high-grade examples sell for hundreds or occasionally a few $1,000s, depending on condition and rarity. However, the coin collecting world has a long history of surprising discoveries. Sometimes a previously unknown mint error is discovered decades after the coin was produced. When a unique coin appears that no one has ever seen before, collectors may compete intensely to own it. This kind of competition can push prices to incredible levels. That is why coin collectors carefully examine their pocket change, coin jars, and bank rolls every single day. That if you want to check your own 1984 quarters, here are a few things to look for. First, look at the date and check for the year 1984. Second, find the mint mark. A small D near the date means the coin was produced at the Denver Mint. Third, examine the coin carefully under bright light. Look for unusual features such as doubling in the letters, strange shapes along the edge, missing design areas, or misaligned strikes. Fourth, pay attention to the coin's overall condition. Coins with bright original shine and very few marks may be much more valuable than worn coins. And finally, remember one of the most important rules in coin collecting. Never clean your coins. Cleaning can damage the natural surface of the coin and reduce its value dramatically. Many rare coins have been discovered in the most ordinary places. Inside piggy banks, coin jars, old drawers, and even in the change received from everyday purchases to so the next time someone hands you a quarter, take a second to look at the date. If it says 1984 and you notice a small D mint mark, you might be holding a coin that collectors are still searching for today. Most of them will only be worth 25 cents. But the right condition or the right mint error could turn that small coin into a valuable collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And the next big discovery in the coin collecting world might already be waiting in someone's pocket changed. If you enjoy learning about rare coins, hidden treasures, and the fascinating history behind everyday money, make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more incredible coin stories, because the next valuable coin might already be in your pocket right now.